Hello, and I am hauling a tractor type thing. Um, really hard to see it, but when it's laid out, I'll show you if we get that far. Oh crap. Yep, this vehicle's not doing so hot. My baby's broken. Poor, poor baby. Turning the blinkers on, and let's move. So, let's see, how do I start this? So basically, the Democrats are cheating. How, you may ask? Well, they are having to cheat to be elected into any kind of political position. That's a pretty big accusation, you may say. That's completely ludicrous, you may say. Well, stupid mother truck. Well, let's talk about this, shall we? How on earth could they need to cheat to be on any sort of political position? Well, let's start off by, how should we start this? Well, recently there was a poll for the Trump administration and President Trump, and how his ratings are really good. Now, CNN did a article about this, and they said that Trump's ratings are lower than they ever have been before. That's like the headline. So if you were to, like most people, I'm not saying this is great, I'm just saying most people get their news simply by reading headlines. I don't know what it is, they just don't click on the article, they just don't read the entire thing. But in the article, it does actually say that Trump's disapproval, it's something like disapproval rating, is the lowest it's ever been since he first went into office. His approval rating is the highest since he's ever been to office. It's really high right now. But to just read the article or to just read the headline, you would think the opposite, which is simply not true. And so they're setting this up so you think that Trump's rating is lower than it's ever been before. So technically they're not wrong. They just left out those few words that made it convenient for them. So how else are they? So what is that set up for? They are, so I think it was Nancy Pelosi, and there's other people who are starting to be on board with this. Is they're trying to lower the voting age to 16. Why is it at 18 right now? Well, most of the time. Oh, I didn't mean to get a ticket. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I'm good with that. Most of the time, students in high school don't take government until their senior year, when they're 18. So they're coming right out of high school with some government education. The government in schools is very democratic. It's very towards the left. And I'm not saying that necessarily changes when they take this government class, but at least they have some government education. And what they're trying to do, though, is lower the age to 16 because most teenagers want Hillary. They want Bernie. They want open borders. That's going to completely destroy our country. We were built, oh, will you knock it off? We were built based on keeping people out, not allowing them to just walk their happy butt wherever they want. They want free healthcare. They want 15 minimum wage. They want all these things that they just don't understand and are probably too stupid to. I'm not saying you can't have your own opinion, but you have to back it up and have some real numbers on it. Have some foundation for what you're saying. Don't just say it because you're regurgitating it. That's ridiculous. Why the heck am I going so slow? So I feel like, and especially from my experience, these, and that could, of course it could be biased, but whatever, that teenagers are just regurgitating all the political bullcrap that's been shoved down their throats, leaving them basically mindless zombies, because that's all they have is just regurgitation. And our country is going to be screwed the day it allows every single homeless person in the world, trying to give them free health care, trying to let them be lazy. No. They can't win if they don't lower the voting age. Or they feel like they're at a disadvantage. Okay, what's the next thing? They are trying to get rid of the Electoral College. Oh, corrupt student violation. Oh, whatever. I need to get there fast. I have until Wednesday. And I need to go to sleep soon. Ha ha ha, in my game, not in real life. But they're trying to get rid of the Electoral College. Well, the issue with that is it's something like 8 states. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? 8 states hold, I think it's somewhere around half the United States population. 8 states. So if you remove, and it's big states too, like Pennsylvania, California, Ohio, Texas maybe on there? I don't remember. But 8 states. I can pull this up in a reference in the description below. But something like 8 states hold the majority of the people. And if we have a popular vote, those 8, it would take who knows how many states to make up for one of those that have the popular opinion. Especially if you're doing it, by, the other states wouldn't have any kind of a chance. Especially the smaller ones. Their voice wouldn't matter. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, they are also trying to have basic universal income. And I talked about that in another video, so I won't get into too much detail about that. But basically, they are trying to make it so every single person in the United States has, I think it was something like $1,000 a month. So that would give you another $12,000 a year. Now, if you're only making $20,000, that's going to be pretty nice. If you're making $40,000, well, that could push you up not just one tax bracket, but another one. And so you're going to be taxed more and punished because you're given money from the government that you probably don't even want in the first place. So that's pretty crappy. And what doesn't make sense is these Democrats are trying to remove ICE, the organization that protects America. So not only are they trying to open up all their borders, but they're trying to remove the very institution meant to keep Americans safe. Now, I'm not saying every single immigrant is a terrorist, but if they all look alike, how can you tell the difference between a terrorist and an immigrant? You can't. It's impossible. So, and then they're saying, well, guns are the problem. Guns aren't the problem. It's the people using the guns who are the problem. They're trying to open up the borders so they get the immigrant vote. They're trying to just allow everyone to stay here illegally. Oh, and by the way, the whole Democrats are framing ICE for inappropriately handling children who need medical care, which is not the case at all. And there was recently an article on CNN, I don't know if I can find it anymore, but it was basically about how ICE is denying medical care. That's not the case at all. And there was that huge issue with the girl, you may know what I'm talking about, it happened probably 3 or 4 months ago now, if that, and it was where this girl died while in the care of ICE. Well, that's not true at all. Her father is the one who killed her. He's the one who dragged her thousands of miles, all sick, didn't have enough food, didn't have proper water, didn't have proper anything, and ICE took this girl to the best, or one of the best medical care facilities in the area, and she still died with some of the best care they could get access to, and she still died. That's not ICE's fault. And even says, if you watch the interview, it says that, or the father said, ICE actually took very good care of his daughter and actually tried to save her. It's not their fault. I don't think he ever said it was his fault, but he certainly did blame the Border Patrol. So they have to make all these accusations up, and people get all up in arms over basically nothing. These news agencies are lying to the people, and they're having to get their way. Now, I'm not necessarily blaming CNN or Fox News or whoever else, but people who, actually I am. If you are putting out fake news, false news, it's wrong and ridiculous. Alright, my guy's starting to yawn. Where's the next? Holy crud. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Yeah, oh, there's one. This will be fine. Alright, well, holy crud. Alright, I'll figure it out. Well, thanks for watching. Like, comment if you want. Please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. This is ridiculous. How on earth am I going to